One of the biggest misconceptions about MMA is that it has very few rules. Many people believe that fighters can do whatever they want inside the cage, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Depending on how fighters place their hands on the ground, certain maneuvers become illegal. For instance, if a fighter has their hands down, they can be struck. But if they're in a specific position, certain strikes become off-limits. Elbows thrown at specific angles are prohibited, and interestingly, fighters with breast implants face scrutiny due to health regulations. The deeper one dives into MMA rules, the more intricate the details become. This misconception about a lack of rules harks back to the sport's early days when many techniques were legal that are now banned. Back then, ball punches, fish hooking, hair pulling, and strikes to the back of the head were all legal. These practices were banned for obvious reasons. But some bizarre rules emerged because someone actually tried them. Today, the focus is on the top 10 precise fight moments that forever changed MMA rules, showcasing how the sport has evolved over time. Number 10. Vaseline Gate. Before fights, cutmen apply Vaseline to minimize cuts and friction from incoming strikes. At UFC 94, Georges St-Pierre's corner illegally applied Vaseline to his shoulders and back, raising eyebrows and sparking outrage. BJ Penn was furious, and Dana White had an octagon-side rant about the incident. As a result, the UFC mandated that only independent cutmen could apply Vaseline, ensuring fair play and consistency in the application process. Number 9. No More Speedos. At UFC 133, Dennis Hallman wore tiny blue trunks due to a lost bet, which horrified Dana White and many fans. The sight was so shocking that White declared no fighter would ever wear something like that again. Although Hallman won his next fight, his contract wasn't renewed, and even today, if you search his name, Speedo is a top suggestion. This incident highlighted the importance of fighter attire and professionalism in the sport. Number 8. 12-6 elbows. This rule is often mocked, especially by fans of Jon Jones, who has been known for his elbow strikes. The technique was banned in part due to martial arts demonstrations breaking ice or boards, but also because of a 2000 fight where 6'10" Gan McGee used the move repeatedly. A doctor involved in drafting the unified rules pushed to ban all elbows but compromised on banning only 12-6 elbows, which has since become a point of contention among fans and fighters alike. Number 7. Throwing an opponent over the cage. In 1996, Tank Abbott attempted to throw Cal Worsham over the cage during a fight, which highlighted a dangerous loophole in the rules. Although Abbott was unsuccessful, the attempt raised serious safety concerns. The UFC quickly implemented a rule banning this action and began more strictly policing fence grabbing to ensure the safety of fighters and maintain the integrity of the competition. Number 6. Short grabbing. During a 1998 fight between Pat Miletich and Mikey Burnett, both fighters grabbed each other's shorts throughout the bout, resulting in a dull and awkward match. The constant grabbing made the fight more of a wrestling stalemate, leading to an immediate rule change to prevent such tactics in the future. This incident underscored the need for clear regulations to keep fights engaging and competitive. Number 5. The introduction of TKOs. Originally, fights could only end by knockout, submission, or towel throw. At UFC 1, a referee stopped a fight for safety, which was against the policy at the time. Big John McCarthy then demanded the ability to stop fights if a fighter couldn't defend themselves effectively. This led to the official introduction of referee stoppages at UFC 3, allowing for greater safety and protecting fighters from unnecessary harm. Number 4. Groin shots. The IVC once allowed groin shots, leading to Gary Goodridge repeatedly attacking Pedro Otavio's groin, including reaching into his shorts during a fight. The IVC banned this practice after the incident, but the UFC didn't follow suit until 1997, partly due to political pressure and the need to maintain a respectable image for the sport. This change reflected a growing awareness of fighter safety and the importance of maintaining a level of decorum in competition. Number 3. Lay and pray. At UFC 5, Ken Shamrock held position on Royce Gracie in guard for an astonishing 36 minutes with minimal action, leading to the first UFC draw. This prompted officials to give referees the power to stand fighters up for inactivity, and later, time limits were introduced to ensure more dynamic and engaging fights. This rule change significantly impacted how fighters approached their strategies in the cage. Number 2. Introduction of judges. Judges weren't used until UFC 8, a series of uneventful fights with no finishes, particularly Shamrock versus Takhtarov, pushed the UFC to start using scorecards and 15-minute limits, even though that still didn't always produce finishes. The introduction of judges added a new layer of strategy to fights, as fighters now had to consider not only their performance but also how they would be scored. Number 1. One Championship's weight cutting rules. Weight cutting has always been a dangerous practice in combat sports. In 2015, Chinese fighter Yang Jianbing tragically died from complications due to extreme weight cutting. In response, One Championship implemented drastic changes, including hydration tests to prevent extreme cutting. Although questions remain about the effectiveness of these measures, the change represents one of the most significant steps toward fighter safety in the sport. MMA's rule set continues to evolve, reflecting the sport's growth and the commitment to fighter welfare. Each of these moments has shaped the landscape of MMA, ensuring that safety and fairness remain at the forefront of the competition.